All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all glory and praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Or this is the brother Tawab from GMS Los Angeles / Inland Empire, coming back with another video in the spirit. And as you can see, I have a still or picture of this cartoon character that goes by the name of Beaky Buzzard. Okay, and I want to title this video "Don't Be a Beaky Buzzard," and this is basically a lamb back. I was watching the beloved brother out here in our camp, the brother Maka'Allah, did a very solid video called Respect the Drink, or Respect That Drink. And pretty much in that video, the brother is going for brothers, because you got brothers that's coming into this faith, especially, and brothers that's been here, but especially brothers that's coming into this word to understand, drinking, okay? When drinking becomes a problem, because you do have men out here, the drink ain't for everybody. You got men that can't hold liquor, that's not mature enough in the spirit to drink, whether it be strong drink, wine, beer, whatever, beverage, alcoholic beverage, a particular man drinks, men that's not mature enough in the spirit, or can't handle or can't hold liquor, or both, shouldn't be drinking, to the point where now it's not only just affecting your own personal life, now it's starting to affect other brothers, because certain brothers, whoever this applies to, doesn't take things into consideration, how their behavior is starting to affect brothers, and this is something we all have to be mindful of, especially when it comes to this drink. The drink, it has its purpose, but when it's done in excess, you can make a fool out of yourself, man. And I'm speaking from experience. The drinking excess, when you're always a drunkard, you drinking too much, you make an ass out of yourself. So pretty much, I got some scriptures lined up. I'm gonna go right into it. I pray this is edifying to you brethren, and you few sisters out there that watch these videos. So I'm gonna get right into it. The first scripture I'm gonna start with is Luke chapter 21, verse 34. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts," and this is YAHAWASHI speaking. It says, "Lest at any time your hearts," talking about our mind, "be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares." And a lot of times, Jake drink because of the cares of this life, bills, family issues, job situation, or the mind, the plague of the heart, plague of the mind, with different, every brother has their own thoughts. Every brother's got their own demons we fighting in this truth. But this is referring to an individual, the cares of this life gets to them to the point where they become a drunkard. And when you saucy off the drink, you don't realize that you're making the ass out of yourself. You don't realize, that the decisions you make are not wise decisions. Okay, you think you think you're acting rational when you're drunk. When you're not mature enough in the spirit to recognize that. And when certain brothers tell you certain things while you sipping, you shouldn't shun what brothers is saying. Because brothers when brothers tell you certain things, some brothers are speaking from experience. And when brothers tell you something, you should be in the spirit to hear. Matter of fact, since I mentioned that, because you got a lot of young brothers coming into this faith, and when I say young, I'm not just referring to the carnal age, even though you do got a lot of young brothers coming in, carnally. I'm talking about in the flesh, brothers that's, because we had a lot of brothers coming into our camp. We had a lot of young brothers that joined our camp. They were still in high school. I mean, they're not in high school no more. They're grown men now. But when they came into this faith, a lot of them were, a few of them were still in high school. But I'm not just referring to the age. I'm referring to the spirit, because you can have a man that's in his mid 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, even older, coming to the camp, and he's considered a young brother because he's new to the faith. So that's what I'm referring to. Okay? So when you come into this truth, you got men over you. It's an order, right? So I'm gonna bring this scripture out, and I'm gonna go right into why I'm bringing this out. This is Deuteronomy 21:18. It says, if a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. All right, it says, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. You see, so this is serious. Now, this is talking about a son that has a father and a mother. But when you come into this faith, you have spiritual parents. Okay? So when you have someone telling you a brother is way older, like those, for example, we got the apostles and elders. There are spiritual parents or spiritual fathers. Okay? And when certain orders come down, we got to follow them, right? So, like it said in the verse, the 20th verse, about it says glutton and a drunkard, and this is talking about a son that doesn't want to work. He just want to sit on his ass and get drunk and loaded all day. Okay, that's considered evil. A rebellious son will. That's that, like it just said, take him and for him to be stoned. A wicked ass nigga, a grimy ass nigga like that will get stoned, put to death. So we got to have that same mindset coming into this truth. You know, not being that drunkard, not being a glutton. You know, being slothful. You know, just want to sit on your ass and get drunk. And like I read that previous scripture, because of the cares of this life. You know, yeah, of course, you know, what we gotta do in this world, but we can't let the pressures of this so-called life, which is this ain't living. We can't allow those things to get us in that drunken state, in the state of being slothful or being a drunkard, because all this is going to do is going to make that situation worse. You know, especially if you done been in multiple situations, you done been in situations, crucial situations that can have altered your life. You know, from being drunk. And people that repeat those that keep repeating that mistake, eventually it's gonna be that mistake is gonna become fatal. Fatal meaning death. A person losing their life. And we don't want to be that. I got another one. This is Proverbs 23 and 21. It says, "For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags." You see, somebody getting so drunk, getting so loaded to the point that you not now you're not working. Now you ain't got the job. Now you ain't got no kind of money coming in. You gonna find yourself out on the street. And when I say you, I'm not talking about any particular person. I'm just speaking in general. You know, that's what happens with a drunkard. A drunkard drinks to himself to the street. Now they on a damn corner somewhere, or by a overpass under a freeway, because of that habit, because of that drunken state. I got another one. This is Proverbs 26 and 14. It says, as the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful upon his bed. You see, a drunkard and a sloth go hand in hand. You know, a person that's always getting drunk, they not thinking about laboring. They not thinking about anything but to get that feeling, to get that buzz, that drunken not buzz, just to be drunk, to be shit faced. And you know, this ain't the fucking house. This ain't house party. All right, this ain't that old John Belushi movie Animal House. This ain't no fucking frat house, man. You know, where we come in, brothers come in, we come into a big ass frat house and we up in here binge drinking and shit. This ain't what this is about, man. You know, when you come into this truth, you got, hey, we all learn to become leaders. You know, being a leader, that comes with responsibility, man. Being responsible. Matter of fact, this is 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. It says, "A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous." You know, like I said, not given to wine. You're not supposed to be given over, you're not supposed to be a super duper heavy drinker. You just giving over to that bottle, or that can, or whatever the hell it is. You know, you're not supposed to be just giving over to that. You know, and that, you know, people that can't handle their liquor, when they get drunk, they become belligerent. They don't have any rule over their spirit. Don't even have rule over their spirit. Just doing all type of stupid shit because they don't have the wherewithal to understand that they're sloppy drunk to yeah, like I said, they don't have the wherewithal to understand what it is that they're doing, man. You know, and then when you talk to them, they don't even remember what they was, you know, what they did when they were drunk. It's like they black out. It's like they're a totally different person. That's why the drink is called spirits. This thing, you know, this is very serious, man. For us to be mindful of. We can't, you know, this, like I said, you know, it's not a sin to drink. You know, brothers drink, but if you a brother that, you know, they can't hold your liquor, okay, you're not mature enough to drink, you shouldn't be drinking. And you definitely shouldn't be drinking a lot. You know? Yeah, you know, you true brother, you know, brothers that's gonna sip have to be responsible, man. Brothers have to be mature, you know, mature in the spirit if brothers are gonna drink. You know? Because this thing is not a joke, man. Brothers, you know, especially when you fellowshipping with brothers, man. A brother within that group of brothers, whoever, how many brothers are fellowshipping, it's gotta be a brother that gotta have that mind. You know, brothers gotta have that mind to drink responsibly, man. Brothers' lives are in each other's hands, man. You know? I'm gonna read it again. It says, not given to wine, nor striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous. And see, drinking can lead to the brawling, fighting, getting into fights. You know, because when you saucy, you know, like they don't call it liquid courage for no reason. You know, but again, when you because when you nice, when you know, when you faded, you know, that's a West Coast term, faded. You know, you ain't your faculties ain't all the way there. You know, you don't make the wisest choices. You know when you out and about and you drunk. You know, and you know when you know, like that's what I was saying. You know, when brothers is out with each other, you know, some brother gotta be sober. Somebody gotta be the designated driver. You know, just in case, you know, you got a few brothers you gotta drop off. Some of them brothers is tipsy. You know, you give the brother a ride home. But at some point, if a brother, you know, a brother is drinking too much, a brother is going, you know, a brother is going overboard. That's when the brother step in, hey, brother, you had enough. That's it. No more. Okay? And if a brother don't, you know, start bucking up, that's when that's where the rebuke come in. That's why the scriptures speak about rebuking. And if a man can't understand, he keeps rebelling, he always has a rebuttal, eventually you're going to have to separate yourself from that person. You know? As it says in Matthew, the 18th chapter. You know? It's only so much warning, you know, we'll get, you know, before the Lord steps in. All right, I got another one. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So times is short. We got to be circumspect. You know, we got to know what's going on all around us, man. Got to be on point. Got to pay attention. You can't do none of those things always being drunk. Always like that Jamie Foxx song, blaming it on the blaming it on the alcohol, you know? Nah, man. You know, times is too short, man. We see what's going on. See the prophecies, man, they unfolding. You know? They got you know, Israel all in the media now. That's a big topic now, the hot topic, the Israelites, okay? So all this going on, this ain't the time to be on that bullshit, man. All right, it says, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine wherein excess, but be filled with the Spirit." Yeah, excess, you know, meaning you overdoing it. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with brothers drinking, you know, because you got brothers, you know, mature brothers that's mature in the spirit to sip, you know, and understand, you know, and that, like the brother said, my God said in that video, respect the drink, okay? But if that ain't your lane, that's not your lane. You gotta acknowledge that, you know, and that's where it starts, you know, to acknowledge, you know, if you got a problem, if you got a drinking problem, you gotta acknowledge it, you know, and not brush it off, you know, especially when it's being brought to your attention. You don't brush it off, man. You just gotta acknowledge it, man. That's where it gotta start. It says, "Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit." You see, because man, that alcohol will fuck you up if you're not paying attention. If you're not paying attention to how much you consuming of it, you know, the consumption of it, that will fuck your life up, man. You know, because it has its purpose. Scripture say, the wine makes the heart merry, but too much will make it bitter. You see, and then, like I said earlier, you know, it's not just going to affect your own personal life. It can affect, especially, man, when it gets to the point where it starts affecting, you know, the body. That's when that's a huge problem, man. You have a problem at that point. You know, we don't want to go that route. You know, this has been on my spirit that, you know, to go into this, man, because this is something, you know, like I said, I've dealt with a situation in the past, you know, where I was drunk, you know, and I didn't realize, you know, the effect it could have had. Things that, you know, things could have went left real. It could have went bad, man. You know, but the Lord YAHAWASHI had mercy, you know. So that's why, you know, you come into this truth, you learn over time, man. You know, Lord you go through certain situations, and you know, you try to pass it on down to other brothers, you know, so brothers won't, you know, go that same route, so to speak. All right, I got another one. This is everyone second. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and 11 says, "But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother to be a fornicator, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, with such a one not to eat." So we're not even supposed to keep company with a guy that calls himself a brother. A guy that calls himself a believer. He believes in this truth, but he's doing all these things. He's being out there being a fornicator. He's being covetous, you know. scheming on what somebody else has, okay? Idolater, you know, or a railer, or a drunkard, you know, just out there being a piece of shit, being a low life, grimy ass nigga, you know. We supposed to have a good report, you know, when we out in the midst of these people. Of course, you know, we know the world is going to hate us for what we teach, but in our personal day-to-day walk, in this thing, our so-called, you know, because we got to be in Clark Kent mode, right? In our day-to-day, we got to have a good report among ourselves, man. We can't be out here, just be out here on some nigga shit. You know, we out, you know, Saturday we out there teaching the Bible, but during the week we doing all type of bullshit, doing all type of grimy ass shit, living like a low life. No, that ain't how this truth is. The Lord didn't set this truth up for us to still be on that worldly nigga shit, man. You know, this is when you come into when we come into this truth, every day we're fighting to put off that old man. You know, putting off the old man ain't no one-time thing. That's daily. That's every single day that we're in this faith, man. Because we're still in this flesh. And we battle that, you know, with praying, fasting, you know, staying in these scriptures, you know, staying in the spirit, you know, doing lessons, being occupied, you know, hey, having a physical job. That's part of being occupied, keeping you from being idle, you know, having too much time on your hands. You know, that's that balance we need, you know. So it's good to have a employment that's balanced. You can't, you know, we can't be in the house, you know, reading scriptures all day, you know. We gotta go out there and labor. Gotta go out here and do what we gotta do. You know? Of course, you know, the scriptures, the you know, studying, all that is important. And at the same time, it's a balance too. You know? There's a balance. You know? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna wrap it up. I don't wanna, you know, harp on this thing too long. But the point is, you know, like I said, with this still, you see the still, you know, I want, you know, title it, Don't Be Beaky, Buzzard. I might just post a video link, because it's a small clip of you know, this character right here, man. And that's who we definitely don't want to be, this character right here, you know. Which, you know, I'm doing it, you know, I'm kind of joking about it, but it's really serious, man. This you know, especially the times we in, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to throw this out there, man. Just a strong exhortation for brothers, man. Like I said, I pray this is edifying to you brothers out there, you know, especially brothers out there on the highways and byways, man. Brothers out there laboring, toiling for YAHAWASHI. You know, start with the apostles and those on down, man. Lord willing, we all endure to the end. We all make it. Lord, have mercy upon all of us, man. You know, so with that, I'm going to give all glory and praises to YAHAWAH, Ba'Shem, YAHWASHI, Ba'Shem, Rawchaa Qadash, double honors to apostles and the elders of great millstone, honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth, sincerity. Shalom.